Hi, I'm Joel Kaplan and welcome to another edition of Travlogg Vlog. You know, every time I come back from a trip I say, it was the trip of a lifetime. Well, this trip was no exception. In this two-part series, I'll take you on an overview of our 28-day cruise from Sydney, Australia to the South Pacific nations of Fiji, New Caledonia, and Vanuatu. Then in part two, we'll head to Melbourne, Australia, Burnie, Tasmania, and both the North and South Islands of New Zealand. Come on, let's get started. This was our first time down under, and Sydney was a fantastic place to start. From the world-famous Sydney Opera House and Sydney Harbour Bridge to its Featherdale Petting Zoo, it's a world-class destination by anyone's standards. It was time to board our Holland America ship, the MS Volendam, pull out of Sydney Harbour, and head to the South Pacific Islands. First stop, Lautoka, Fiji. This multicultural city had a surprising Indian influence, and the smells of exotic spices and fresh produce from the local market filled the air. We also visited Fiji's Dravuni Island, a positively magical place. The 200 residents of this tiny village welcomed us as family as we explored their beautiful island. We made 3 stops in the nation of Vanuatu: Santo, Port Vila, and Wala Island. The highlight of our day in Santo was visiting the Lope Lope Beach Resort. They offered it all: water sports, horseback riding, ATV trips, not to mention the views. They even have a blue hole on the property, which is a sinkhole of fresh water right next to the ocean. Port Vila is the economic and commercial center of Vanuatu. We decided to head to the island's best natural attractions. First up, Malay Cascade Waterfall. Waterfalls you can actually walk in. It was amazing. Next up, a short boat ride to Hideaway Island. This is a beautiful beach made of mostly sun-bleached coral. Wala Island was another world entirely. With a history of cannibalism, the now friendly residents of this tiny, primitive island are happy to give you a tour and share their cultural history. New Caledonia rounded out our tour of the islands. Noumea is a bustling French-Polynesian city. We had a blast touring the city on La Petite train. For our final stop of the islands, they saved the best for last: Ile de Pin, or Isle of Pines. This is known as one of the most beautiful beaches in the islands. Now, in part 2 of our travels down under, we'll visit Melbourne, Australia, Burnie, Tasmania, and then on to New Zealand, the mythical backdrop to the Lord of the Rings movies. We'll see you there.